Once again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. Here's the starting lineups. First for the PDG.
Good morning and welcome to Gardner-Webb University. It's a matinee doubleheader right here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. Prospect baseball continues as the Kingsmen battle PDG for the second day of this three-game series. It'll be a doubleheader to wrap things up after the Kingsmen finished off a comeback win with an exhilarating walk-off from Owen Beatrice. He bats second. We'll walk you through the Kingsman batting order here in just a couple of minutes. But first, the defensive alignment. McNeil, Waters, and Hudson Entrican in the outfield with Crosse, Hart, Beatrice, and Seminara in the infield. Mason Ritzma is the catcher. It's an unchanged defensive 8. Well, defensive 8 since we have a new pitcher on the mound. In the field for the Kingsmen, wearing the gold today against PDG. Both teams switching up the uniforms today after they both showed up to the ballpark in black and gold one day ago.
The starting lineup.
PDG wearing the more of a almost camo look. It's not quite camo, but it's that color scheme with the tan numerals, white nameplates on the back of their jerseys. The Generals will bring up Bryce Radcliffe, Chris Heinrich, and Dawson Toole. 1, 2, 3 in the order. It's Radcliffe, Heinrich, Toole, Seaman, Carter, Whitman, Morangi, Hardy, Burke, Fletcher, and Shepard, the 11 batting for PDG. 2 games on tap today, both 7 innings. And if you're here with us live, we welcome you to a brand new day here on this earth. 9 a.m. local time as we get ready to go. It's the right-hander out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Micah Irving steps onto the mound for his start. First pitch here coming from the righty to the center fielder, Bryce Radcliffe. As we get this one going out of the windup, Irving throws a fastball that's hit foul for strike number 1. Once again in the infield, it's Classe, Hart, Beatrice, and Seminara, with Ritzma doing the catching for Micah Irving. Fresh off of a 3-2 win, the Kingsmen back at it again against PDG, and an 0-2 count now after the fastball got by the swing of Bryce Radcliffe. 0-2 the count. Irving working quickly. Oh-2. And a foul ball to stay alive for Radcliffe. Heinrich is in the on-deck circle playing shortstop today. Micah Irving making his 4th start of the spring, 2-0 in the decision category. Another 0-2. Missed to the outside corner, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch from the right-hander. Got him on the outside corner. It's a nice start for Mr. Micah Irving. 1 away here in the first. It's a very similar start to the game as we had one day ago. Noah Entrican, the starting pitcher in that one, got his first hitter to 0-2. 2 pitches later, got a out on that 5th pitch of the at-bat. The only difference here, the strikeout versus the soft liner to second base. 1 away here in the first, and a swinging strike to Chris Heinrich, the shortstop behind 0-1. Another first pitch strike from Micah. Irving brings in a 3.86 ERA into this one. 20 strikeouts to 10 walks. Coaches talk about that 2-to-1 ratio. He's got it right down Broadway as he fires in that outside corner fastball. It was a strike either way, regardless of the check swing. Again, he has the hitter 0-2. Infield back with the bases empty. Here's the 0-2. And a foul ball keeps the at-bat alive. Busy day for the Kingsmen. Talked about it yesterday. I'll bring it up again later on in the show, but some travel later on in the day after the conclusion of today's doubleheader, at least for the floaters and the varsity guys. The prospect will be sticking around Gastonia. That curveball in the dirt, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dawson Toole in the on-deck circle. He was credited with the loss in yesterday's game. Came in relief of Caleb Maston, who threw 5 scoreless from that left-hand arm slot. 1-2. And he spiked that one a couple feet shy of home plate. Ritzema gloves, and it's 2-2. Heinrich was in the 11 spot in yesterday's game, had a strikeout, and he grounded into a 6-3 double play in which Hart stepped on second base himself and then went to the first base back. 2-2. And a fly ball to shallow right field, hooking foul. Chasing it is Seminara, reaching up, and that one falls foul right on that fence line. Couldn't quite tell if that got out of play or if it bounced once and headed over. I'm getting a nod that says that that ball snuck over the fence and out of the reach of Ant. Two balls and two strikes, Irving with a deep breath. Now he starts his right-hand motion and gets another foul ball. Heinrich really making him work with Toole on deck. Took PDG 4 innings to crack Noah Entrekin in game 1 of the series. 1 run earned, 1 unearned. A 0 ERA streak finally over for the Kingsman left-hand ace. 2-2. And a check swing foul to keep the at-bat alive. 1 more pitch. Heinrich doing a really good job. Already an 8-pitch at-bat against Micah Irving. This will be number 14 of the inning to just the second batter. Irving lifts the leg and comes home. And missed inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Went with the changeup and missed it on the hitter's side of the plate. Sun's out here in Boiling Springs, though I would presume it'll take a couple of hours to really warm up. It's not dreadfully cold. It's in the 50s today. The 3-2, chop foul. PDG looking for a win here in one of the 2 games, if not both games, against this Kingsman team. The Kingsman prospect 3-0 in the early stages of this ABA regular season. The walk-off win yesterday, their 3rd consecutive to start it off. 3-2. Another foul ball. This one hitting off of the roofing. Covering those watching the game from behind home plate. PDG dugout making some noise here as they root on Heinrich. Here's another 3-2. And it's popped up sky high right at home plate. Ritzema under it, called off by the pitcher. And Irving makes the catch, the second out of the inning. I will say, I don't know if that's how the, I guess you'll call it the authority system works in the infield, the pitcher calling off the catcher. Normally everybody calls off the pitcher, but Irving, perhaps because that ball was straight up over Ritzema's head, just had a better view of where that ball was going to spin and fall. So the Charlotte arm took charge, and there are 2 away here in the first. Here's Dawson Toole. Takes a breaking ball away for ball 1. Toole, another hitter that got a bump up in the order after yesterday's game, hit 7th as the EH turned pitcher. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground ball out. There's another off-speed pitch that settles in there. The top half of the zone for strike 1. Here at the home of Gardner-Webb University. The Kingsmen with game 2 of 3 here at home against the Generals. 1-1 is downstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. Younger lineup in for PDG today compared to yesterday's roster. Now, Toole, one of the exceptions, he is on a gap year. 2-1. Tipped into the glove of Ritzema. Foul tip makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Irving has thrown a lot of pitches to have only been facing 3 batters to this point, but still has the opportunity to face the minimum. 2-2. Outside with the fastball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. In the bottom of the first, we'll see Ryan Waters, Owen Beatrice, and Montgomery Hart. Kingsman trying to put up a 0 in the first, just as they did in yesterday's series opener. 3-2. Got him at the knees. 2 looking strikeouts in the inning for Micah Irving. And despite a good fight, PDG goes down 1, 2, 3 in the first. We'll head to the bottom half, and the Kingsman bats will come to the plate for the first time today when we return on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
The Kingsman Academy, number 10, Ryan Waters.
Here in the bottom of the first, the Kingsmen to the bats for the first time after PDG retired in order. In the first, Micah Irving having to throw a fair amount of pitches, but works himself out of it. First pitch from the left-hand arm of PDG, back-to-back days that the Kingsmen have seen a left-hander. It's Sean Alex Polanco. Polanco, a 2027 grad, the lefty behind 1-0 in the count, fires the pitch home to Waters, and he chops it to the first base side. That one goes, oh, it's called fair. It's called fair. That ball hit the line probably 5 feet in front of the first base bag. Obviously, we can't see from up here, but from where the first baseman fielded it behind first base, that glove was very much on the foul side of the line. It's judged to be a fair ball by the first base umpire, and there's the first out of the inning. Waters didn't leave the batter's box, and he looked perplexed after seeing that call from both umpires. First pitch to Owen Beatrice is on the inner half for a called strike. Beatrice had the walk-off, scored a double. We'd have to go back to the tape. It may have been close to technically being a single, but at the same time, why would we change it? It's 0-1. It's in the zone for strike number 2. It honestly could have been a triple had the run mattered and the game continued, because Beatrice was legging it around first into second base. That ball had gotten past the outfielders. He chops it to third. That's a tough backhand play, and it's in the left field. Beatrice gets the wave around to second. The left fielder, Seaman, fires the ball in a mile high, and it's into right. But backing up the play is the right fielder, Whitman. Score that a base hit on a tough backhand play by the third baseman,
now batting number 12, Montgomery Hart.
Montgomery hard on with the man on second and one away. Ball one. Ball two downstairs. Outside, and now quickly 2-0. Or 3 balls and no strikes, excuse me. Hart taking on the 3-0. He walks, and it's second and first with 1 out.
Now batting, number 17, Jack Curtis.
So after the walk, it is Jack Curtis. Curtis watches the first pitch low and inside. The official scoring on that ground ball from Beatrice is an error. It was a difficult backhand play, but not hit hard enough to truly give that third baseman Toole enough leeway. 1-0, and Curtis pops it up foul to make it 1-1. So after the error and the walk, the Kingsmen have runners on second and first with 1 away. They got the bases loaded with 1 out in yesterday's game. They were unable to score in the first, then did not score until the game's final inning. They took 2 hits into that 7th. It's in the dirt, 2 balls and 1 strike. After Hart, it'll be Curtis. Full order for the Kingsmen today: Waters, Beatrice, Hart, Curtis, Entrekin, Clase, and then Ritzma, Seminara, Bose, and McNeil. The Kingsmen hitting 10. If I'm not mistaken, the same order that they rolled out one day ago. Curtis took that slider inside and nearly hit him on the back foot. And an unchanged lineup indeed at the plate for the Kingsmen. (3-1). Runners break, and Curtis pops it up into left field. Tracking it is Seaman. He's called off by Radcliffe, and Radcliffe in center field makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Runners retreat to their bags, and it's second and first with 2 away for Hudson Entrekin.
Now batting, number 23, Hudson Entrekin.
Looked like Curtis just missed that one under it, and the fly out takes away the opportunity for a couple of stolen bases. Beatrice got a pretty good break going to third on that last pitch, and Entrekin starts his at-bat off with a tapper foul. In the second for PDG, it'll be Alfred Seaman, the left fielder, Quinn Carter, and then Lincoln Whitman. 4, 5, 6 due up for the visiting Generals. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. (1-1). And a swing and a miss to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two strikes to Entrekin, trying to punch in a run here in the first inning. And he is struck out on the inside corner to end the first inning. We head to the second. Once again, zeros in the opening frame. We'll see how long that continues here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. To the second inning we go. Micah Irving back on the mound for the Kingsmen. His first pitch of the second is a curveball swung on and missed by Alfred Seaman, the left fielder for PDG out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Into town, one of the shorter road trips for them. Honestly, I believe from what I was talking with one of the coaches before the game from PDG. He was talking to me about the premier team. Obviously, there's more teams in the Northern Division at the prospect level. Now, the Kingsmen don't have a premier team, but if we did, it would actually be the shortest trip on their schedule to drive 5 hours down to Gastonia versus P27, which is another 2 hours even from us. That's their closest premier matchup, which is just kind of insane. It almost sounds like a Hawaii situation when you're talking about college football. Can't imagine that road trip for every single series. That line drive goes down the line and fair. McNeil with a good route on it to cut it off and hold Seaman to a long single, but it's a leadoff base hit for PDG as they crack Irving for the first time. It's a leadoff man on first, nobody out, and Quinn Carter the next to the plate.
Now batting, number 5, Quinn Carter.
So Seminara holds on, PDG left fielder. Carter digs in, Irving working out of the stretch for the first time. Fastball outside corner for a strike, make it 0-1. Irving making his 5th appearance of the spring, 4th start. His only relief appearance coming against the P27 Academy Premier team on the 20th, a couple Fridays ago. 0-1, runner on the move. The throw down from Ritzema is a good one, and the tag is down in time. Mason Ritzema throws out another one. He threw out 2 runners on the base paths in yesterday's game, and the first out of the inning comes on a caught stealing as Alfred Seaman is gunned down across the diamond. A ball and a strike. Back out of the windup. Irving's 1-1 is high for ball 2. Mason Ritzema, one of the Canadians on this team, still uncommitted. And we had that PBR showcase here at Gardner-Webb a few weeks ago. Led the catchers in pop time. I believe his best was a 1.9 as that ball's flitted in shallow right. Entrikin coming in on it, and his jump got him there in time for the fly out. 2 away here in the second. A scoreless tie so far. That base runner has not bit the Kingsman. The bases are empty with 2 outs.
Now
Lincoln Whitman is the next to hit.
Lincoln Whitman.
Infield back for the Kingsmen of Class A Hart, Beatrice, and Seminara. McNeil, Waters, and Entrikin in the outfield. Irving's first pitch on the outside half of the plate. Got it by Lincoln Whitman for strike 1. In the bottom of the second, the Kingsmen will bring up 6, 7, and 8. It'll be Class A Ritzema and Seminara hitting for the black and the gold. 0-1. Irving's pitch is tapped foul. The count is 0-2. Middle game of 3 between the Kingsmen and PDG. We welcome those of you into the broadcast, enjoying your breakfast and your baseball at once. That's a heck of a way to kick off a Wednesday, at least in my opinion. Oh, and 2, Irving out of the windup. High for ball 1. That one at the chin strap. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Michael Morangi is on deck if the inning continues for PDG. Serving as the catcher today. Did not catch game number 1. That was Jonathan Vusbukis, who had the best bat for Gardner-Webb yesterday. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a swing and a miss. Strikeout ends the inning. That's number 3 for the right-hander. We head to the bottom of the second. 0 still on the scoreboard. The middle of the order up next when we come back on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
That's cool. Does he know what year is he?
Leading off for
Here
Kingsman,
in
the
the
second number
bottom
20, Israel
of the second, home half of inning number 2, and Classe leads things off for the Kingsmen. And Izzy rips it into left center field into the gap on the first pitch he sees. He rounds first and heads to second. Fielded off the wall by Seaman. Izzy gunning for third. The throw into the cutoff man. Classe slides into third base with the leadoff triple. That's one way to lead off the second. The Kingsmen looking for the game's opening run, and they have their first hit as Classe got it into the gap and got on his horse. Here comes Ritzel with the chance to bring in the game's opening score. That is Classe's second triple of the season. And the first pitch to Ritzma was behind him. Credit to the left-handed hitter, didn't flinch. He's behind 1-0. Third baseman closer to the grass. Everybody else back on the infield as Ritzma lifts it into right field. Whitman tracking, settles, but tracking it backwards. He won't have the mustard on the throw, and Classe strolls home for the game's opening run. It's a sacrifice fly to make it 1-0. Classe scores, and the Kingsmen have the lead.
Now batting number 5, Anthony Seminara.
So here's Seminara. Ant, the first baseman for the Kingsmen, now batting with 1 out, and the base is empty. Takes a fastball down the heart of the plate to make it 0-1. 0 for yesterday, but hit a couple of balls hard. He had a deep fly out to right and then a line drive out to the second baseman. And now grounds one second base side, fielded with a slide by the first baseman, but there's nobody over there. And it's an infield hit for Seminara, who stands on first base. That's a nice play from the first baseman, Carter. Quinn Carter got there on his backhand, but perhaps even with that nice play, the better play would have been for him to stick around on the first base bag and let his second baseman field that ground ball.
Number 32.
The pitcher did not get over, and the runner's on first with 1 away. Second hit of the inning for the Kingsmen. Here is Bose, serving as the designated hitter in the 9-hole for the second consecutive game. Ashton watches it go low and in for ball 1. Had a flare single to right field that really started things as far as the comeback went in the 7th inning of yesterday's game. Ritzema walked to start that inning, and then it was back-to-back base hits from Bose and McNeil to set the table. Runner on the move, Seminara. He would have been out by a mile, but that throw skipped in the dirt and got by the second baseman. Stolen base for Anthony Seminara. They'll take it. And now Bose rips one right at the third baseman. Fielded cleanly by Toole. He goes 5-3. And the second out is recorded. That was the first stolen base of the season for Anthony Seminara.
Now batting number 1, Caden McNeil.
He stands on base with 2 away for Caden McNeil, who, as I mentioned one moment ago, had a base hit in that 7th inning. That loaded up the bases where Ryan Waters walked, and then Beatrice sent everyone home happy. McNeil pops it up on the first base side of the infield. Carter backpedaling and makes the catch to end the second inning. The Kingsmen strike first. It's 1-0 as we head into the third here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. To the third we go. Micah Irving out on the mound for his third inning of work. He has faced 6. He hasn't retired 6, at least at the plate, but, you know, if it works, it works. 7-8-9 here in the third for PDG. 1-0 is the score. The first pitch high and tight on Michael Morangi. The catcher did not play in yesterday's contest. Taking his first at-bat of the series here. Swing and a miss to make it 1-1. Wearing that green jersey. He's got a whole slew of green on. The bat is a darker green, and the only thing greener than the bat is the bat handle. 1-1. And a fly ball into center field. Ryan Waters staring up into the sky and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Irving slowly reaching closer and closer to 40 pitches in this start. Through 84 against Wellington Sports Academy in Game 2 of 2 in East Cobb. Missed outside with that fastball. Through 4 2/3 innings of 1-run ball, 1 earned run on 4 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts in that contest. Despite that, he did not get the win. Brandon Falk came in, and that game actually got tied up with Falk on the mound. And then the Kingsmen were able to come back, put up 2 in the bottom of the 6th, and wrap things up from there. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 away here after that swinging strike. Irving out of the windup, nods his head and starts his motion. At the knees for a called strike to make it 1-2. Two strikes on the hitter as Hardy watches it go. If nothing else, consistent from Irving, though both his balls in this at-bat have missed in that right-hand batter's box. Now looking to bring it back over the plate here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hardy at the dish with Burke on deck, the extra hitter. 2-2. Chopped third base side foul. Classe tracking and got there to keep it out of left field, but it was a few feet wide of the line. Hardy, the designated hitter in today's contest, batting for the starting pitcher, Sean Alex Polanco. Irving steps off to recompose. Deep breath, and now he comes forward. Got the strikeout. Fastball up in the zone, beat Hardy, and there are 2 away. Irving with 4 strikeouts already here in 2 2/3 innings.
Now batting number 30, Michael Burke.
Here's Michael Burke with 2 away. The Kingsmen trying to get through 3, facing just 9 hitters. PDG batting 11 today. Curveball sits down in the zone for strike 1. In the bottom of the third, the Kingsmen will bring about the top of the order. It'll be Waters, Beatrice, and Hart. 1, 2, 3, just as they were in the first. 0-1, a ground ball to Montgomery Hart at shortstop. He fields cleanly, throws a line drive to Seminara, and the inning is over. For the second inning in a row, for the third inning in a row, the Kingsmen face 3 and get 3. We head to the bottom half of inning number 3 here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. Home half of the third begins with the lefty firing home a fastball. It's poked foul by Ryan Waters. He grounded down the first base line his first time. The ground ball used every single inch of fair territory to stay within that line. Now behind 0-2 is the check swing called by our home plate umpire. Waters behind 0-2. 0 for 1 with the ground out. Reached 3 times in the game yesterday. 2 walks, and he reached on an error. 0-2. And he watches that one go. He learned from the 0-1, and now it is 1-2. That breaking ball coming in the low 70s according to the big board in right center field. 1-2 pitch from Polanco. Hooked that curveball at the eyeballs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck for the Kingsmen is Owen Beatrice. He reached on an error to the third baseman, was stranded at second in the first inning. 2-2 pitch. Fastball, chopped, 1 bounce, fielded by Toole. Goes across the diamond with plenty of time, and the second out is, or the first out of the inning is recorded. Waters on the ground out. Here comes Beatrice.
Now batting number 42, Owen Beatrice.
Ball outside. Owen Beatrice took it without too much issue. It was dropped by Morangi. Nobody on though, so no trouble there. 1 ball, no strikes. The left-handed pitch. Off the plate outside again, perhaps high as well this time. 2 balls and no strikes. Hitters count for Beatrice with Gummy Hart on deck. Polanco's 2-0. Found the zone, 2 balls and 1 strike. 40 minutes of game time so far. We're already in the bottom of the third inning. The Kingsmen with the doubleheader today in the travel for half of the squad. Later on in the day, wouldn't mind a quick day as that ball's lifted into right. Playable for Whitman, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting number 12, Montgomery Hart.
Left on left matchup here with the bases empty and 2 away. Kingsmen up 1-0 here in the third inning. First pitch on the outside edge for a called strike to Gummy Hart. Prospects' final 2 games of the week. They'll have the weekend off, apart from some lifting, some training over at 704 in Gastonia. Hart fouls that one off behind 2-0. The varsity team will kick off tomorrow in Statesboro, Georgia. A 2 p.m. start time for Game 1 against Georgia Premier. And a 2-game doubleheader on Friday to complete the 3-game set. That one in the dirt, 1 ball and 2 strikes. If the inning continues, we'll see Jack Curtis here in the third. Coming up in the fourth for PDG, Noah Fletcher, Cole Shepard, and then the top of the order for Bryce Radcliffe. Time called by Hart. He'll take a practice swing and get himself ready to go. He walked in the first. Still searching for his first at-bat. 1-2. Took that curveball away. Some good break on it from Polanco, but he didn't get the chase of the Kingsman shortstop. Outside to make it 3-2. Full count. Slight breeze blowing left to right field. The lefty out of the windup throws the payoff pitch. Fastball low. Hart walks for the second time today, and he is on with 2 outs.
Now batting number 17, Jack Curtis.
The Kingsmen scored their lone run in the second off of some 0-out production. Now looking for a little bit of a 2-out offensive streak here with Hart on first base. First pitch to the cleanup man. Curtis took it low for a ball. He popped out, or rather flew out to the center fielder. in inning number 1. Runner on the move in Hart. That ball at the top of the zone called a strike. And Gummy dives into second with a stolen base as the ball was lost on the transfer by the catcher Morangi. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 away. One ball and 1 strike. Pitch is in the dirt. It got away from Morangi into third base. Hart goes on the wild pitch. 2-1 with a runner now on third base. Jack Curtis came into the series hitting .600, but reaching 2 out of the 3 times he got up to the plate in yesterday's game. Didn't actually get a hit because he was hit by a pitch and he walked. So the 0 for 1 day drops him to a measly .556 batting average. Curtis will have to work to get that back up. A mound visit here for PDG, talking with Sean Alex Polanco. So far for Polanco, just 1 strikeout. He's walked a couple. He's actually only dealt 2 walks, and both of them have been to Hart, who now stands on third base. PDG, so far in 10 innings, have only struck out 3 Kingsman hitters. 2-1 to Curtis. High and away, 3 balls and 1 strike. If the inning continues further, we will see Hudson Entrikin, who struck out looking to end inning number 1. Infield back with 2 outs for PDG, trying to keep a run off the board. Here's the 3-1 to Jack. Off the plate outside. Back-to-back walks for Sean Alex Polanco, and the lefty has given the Kingsmen some life here in the third, and Hudson Entrikin will hit with runners on the corner.
Hudson Entrikin.
First pitch for Entrikin taken at the letters for a called strike.
Now we go.
Entrikin hitting .318 to this point so far in the spring. He only has hits in 2 of his last 5, though, and he would love to come up with a hit in a big spot here in the third. 0-1. And a delayed steal. Curtis will get into second without a throw. The count 0-2 as the pitch was taken by Entrikin for a strike. A couple of stolen bases in the inning for the Kingsmen. They have runners on second and third with 2 away. Entrikin working an 0-2 hole. The pitch from Polanco. Taken low and in. That's a good take to bring the count to 1-2. Entrikin started the year with hits in 4 of his first 5 that he played in. 1-2. And he strikes out here to end the third inning. A couple of men stranded in scoring position. The game remains 1-0. We head to the 4th. Kingsmen up a run here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. one. We head to inning number 4 here. Micah Irving on the mound still in what has been another good start for the Kingsman right-hand arm out of the Queen City. He fires a first pitch ball off the plate outside to Noah Fletcher. Has faced the minimum to this point despite a hit. Mason Ritzma gets the credit for that one, having caught him stealing at second. 1-0. Low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Some bullpen action slowly beginning for PDG. I believe that's Kane Castronovo. Swinging strike to make it 2-1 out of the hand of Irving. Castronovo, the hefty reliever down there in the bullpen, getting ready to potentially relieve Sean Alex Polanco. 3-1. Irving behind in the count. We'll try to locate here with the count 3-1. And the ball is ripped into left field as a result. Noah Fletcher comes up with a base hit. Just as the second inning started, the fourth begins with the leadoff single. And the Kingsmen working with the man on and nobody out, trying to nurse this 1-run lead.
Now batting number 63, Cole Shepard.
They have had opportunities to add to it. Stranded 2 in the first, stranded 2 in the third. But just up by 1. The first pitch from Irving tapped to short, and it's a double play ball for Hart as he flips to Beatrice for 1. To first they go, and they turn it 6-4-3. So just as the second started with the hit, and then the runner was out at second base, so does it happen here in the fourth. A ground ball double play, Hart to Beatrice to Seminara, and the bases are clear with 2 away for the top of the PDG order. Ball off the plate. 1 ball in, no strikes. Irving only at 52 pitches, now 53 as he gets a swing and a miss from Bryce Radcliffe. Radcliffe, the center fielder, started this ball game with a strikeout looking. Through the first 11 hitters, Irving has struck out 4 PDG Generals. 1-1. Another swing and a miss for Radcliffe. He's behind 1-2. In the Kingsman fourth, we'll see Clase, Ritzma, and Seminara, 6, 7, 8, to lead off just as they did in the second. The second inning went pretty well for the Kingsmen, their best inning offensively so far. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and it's outside. After today's first game, we'll have about a half an hour break, and then game 2 will begin. 2-2. And a hit ball, ground ball up the middle. Hart goes a long way, throws to first, and it's wide to Seminara. Into, or rather out of play. It'll be an error to Montgomery Hart. Would have had Radcliffe by probably a step had the throw been on target. But instead, a gift of runner in scoring position for PDG. So Heinrich to hit, despite not being one of the 2 generals to have a hit against Irving so far. I would argue that he gave Micah Irving the hardest time in the first time through the order. They throw to second, back safely with the throw heading toward Hart at shortstop. Heinrich worked a count that stretched 3-2 and then just continued with foul balls galore. A double-digit pitch at bat that resulted in a pop-out. But still, making the starting pitcher work out of the gate. And speaking of foul balls, I would expect that to be the first of a couple here in this at-bat if the second one goes like the first did, 0-1. Radcliffe off of second base as the tying run here. 1-0 ball game, top of 4. Micah Irving with a good start to this point, trying to get out of the fourth unscathed. Curveball, drops it in on the outside corner, 0-2. Irving stares at second, comes to the plate, and the ground ball up the middle will get into center field. Collecting his waters, comes up throwing. Ritzma catches and applies the tag, he's safe. Radcliffe dove to the outside of the bag and got there just in time to tie up the ball game. Heinrich into second on the throw. It's an RBI single to tie this ball game up at 1 apiece. Didn't hit it hard, but put it in a perfect position out of the reach of Beatrice. And because it took so long to get into center, Waters, even with the strong throw, just did not have time, unless that throw was right on the money, to get Radcliffe, who sped around third, to the plate. 1-1 here in the fourth. Outside for a ball. It was the fourth inning yesterday that PDG grabbed its only runs. It was a 2-out walk from Noah Entrikin, the starting pitcher, and then a triple over the head of Hudson Entrikin and Wright that gave PDG its first run and knocked Entrikin out of the game. Tristan Harless came in, but an error in the field brought home a second run that made it 2-0 at the time. Of course, the seventh inning at Kingsman come back to win the game 3-2, taking the series opener. 1-1 after the foul ball. Curveball, check swing foul to make it 1-2. Despite the 2 runs yesterday for Entrikin, those stats still looking pretty good. The ERA through 18 1/3 innings now at 0.32 for Noah. The whip at 0.7. I think he'll take that. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If the inning continues, we'll see Alfred Seaman again, but Dawson Toole battling with 2 on him. The pitch. Struck him out with the fastball. Toole goes down for the second time. We head to the bottom of the fourth. 1-1 as PDG strikes back in the top half. And the tie ball game returns when we come back. Prospect Baseball on the Kingsman Baseball Network. Bottom of the fourth, first pitch to Classe, drops in there for a strike. Izzy started off the second with a bang. It was a leadoff triple. He came in to score on the Ritzma sac fly. 1-1 is the score, and Classe rips it to third base side, and it's through. Not going to get to the wall this time, but it's a leadoff base hit for Izzy, who's feeling it. He's got a leadoff single to start the fourth.
Now batting number 4, Mason Ritzema.
Good to see for Izzy Klasse. Came into the game hitting 267. A lot of pop in that bat as we have seen this season. And now with that single, it's his third multi-hit game of the year. Ritzema squares. That ball by the catcher. And Klasse to second standing up, rounds, but sticks around at the second base bag. Wild pitch in the dirt. Morangi would have probably been better off getting down and trying to block that ball, tried to scoop it. Now the 1-0 count. Ritzema no longer squares and trips up a ball to the first base side. It's 1-1. 6, 7, and 8 here in the fourth. Klasse stands on second, Ritzema at the dish, and then Seminara and Bose. Third baseman close into the grass part of the turf, just in case Ritzema does square again, but that fastball just off the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. 1 run unearned in the top of the fourth. Off of that single into center field. 2-1. The top of the zone for a called strike. Top of the zone's been there today from our home plate umpire. The count now 2-2. Both teams a run on 3 hits and an error in the field. Pretty even stuff so far as where you've eclipsed the halfway point of the contest. 2-strike pitch to Ritzema. He grounds it to first. Fielded cleanly by Carter. He takes it to the bag himself. But from second to third goes Izzy Klasse. And the job done by Ritzema to advance the runner. Even if it doesn't show it in the scorebook, that's a good job from Mason with 2 strikes on that at-bat. Here is Seminara, who singled an infield hit in the second inning. The infield going to come in here for PDG, and that ball by the catcher. Pass ball gives the Kingsmen the lead. Simply dropped by the catcher. It was on the inside corner, called a ball by our home plate umpire. It was off the plate, but certainly catchable. It's 2-1. A gift that the Kingsmen will take. 2-1 is the score. Here's the 1-0. It's downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. So we've entered the bottom 3 of the order. Seminara and then Bose and McNeil if the inning continues further. Hitters count for Tony. Took it inside. Got out of the way of that one. 3-0. Seminara family in attendance today. The Kingsman supporting section down the third base line close to the dugout. 3-0 gets in there to make it 3-1. I also spot Kason Young's family down there, down the third base line, and I saw him walk to the bullpen earlier. I'd expect him to make a relief appearance at some point today for either Irving or Falk. A walk here for Seminara with 1 away in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ashton Bose will come up to hit, but we'll see if he faces Polanco, and the answer will be no. A new pitcher coming in, Sean Alex Polanco, done after 3 1/3. 2 runs against, and the Kingsmen have a 1-run lead. We'll step aside as the new arm warms up. We'll tell you all about him when we get back on the Kingsman Baseball Network. New pitcher on the mound for
Now
the
batting for
PDG
32,
Generals.
Bone.
It is Kane Castronova. Wearing the number 49 for PDG. First pitch, ball down low to Ashton Bowes. Battle of the Brawn here to start off Castronovo's relief appearance. And the pitch downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Castronovo listed as 5'10", 250. The 09 born. 2027 grad. Pretty young for his grade, if I'm doing the math correctly. Well, it's high of the zone, 3 balls and no strikes. Maybe I'm just getting old. Bowes taking on the 3-0, watches Castronovo dip that one right down the middle of the plate. 3 balls and a strike. Seminara's on first. He has reached both times he's been to the plate. Caden McNeil stands on deck for the Kingsmen. 2-1 lead, and now 3-2 as that 3-1 dips into the bottom half. Both teams grabbing a run in the 4th, but the Kingsmen still with the chance to add to it. First game of today's doubleheader. 3-2. Bowes pokes it to third base. Dribbles foul. Toole was there to field, but no need as that ball tracked to the third base side foul line. Count remains full for Ashton Bowes, who grounded out to the third baseman Toole his first time up. The pull hitter. His base hit yesterday was a bloop shot to the opposite field, though. Here's the 3-2. And he swings and misses at the inside half fastball. Strikeout there for Castronovo. There are 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. And here's Caden McNeil.
Now batting number 1, Caden McNeil.
Here we go, Caden.
Castronovo slide steps on the first pitch, and McNeil puts it opposite field and into right. Seminara first to second, and the Kingsmen have a couple on here in the 4th.
Let's go, Ryan.
McNeil, acting as that second leadoff man in the 10 slot, does his job, and he's on first as the trailing runner. As Ryan Waters comes to the plate for the 3rd time, the Kingsmen loop around the order here in the 4th.
Waters.
4th hit of the game for the Kingsmen. Hits for Clase, Seminara, and McNeil. Izzy Clase has 2 of the 4. Castronovo stares down Seminara at second, now comes home. And misses high for ball 1. In the 5th for PDG, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. We'll see who they face. Irving got through 4. There was a couple Kingsmen that trotted out to the bullpen, but I cannot see any immediate action warming up right now. Want to know? Waters taps it foul. I think it hit the bat twice, and after the second one, it rolled closer to the fair line than the first time. Kane Castronovo glances at his runners, but he was set for a second or two, but the catcher, Marengo, had started to jog out toward the mound, and he didn't realize it for a couple of seconds, but their quick meeting is over, and the catcher trots back to his crouch position behind home plate. 2 outs here at Bill Masters Field at Gardner-Webb University. Kingsman with a 1-run lead here in the 4th. Kane Castronovo comes home. Misses the inside corner with the spinner. 2 balls and 1 strike.
All right.
The right-hander checks on his runners. Stares down at second and comes home. Misses low. 3 balls and a strike. Hitters count for Waters. Owen Beatrice is on deck if the inning continues.
Say what?
3-1. And it's cranked foul, first base side. A hard ground ball off the bat of the Kingsman center fielder brings the count to its maximum. Runners will be on the move here, the 3-2. And Waters hits it hard to second. The shift is on. The first baseman came over. And now the runner coming to the plate. Throw home. The slide from Seminara is safe. The run scores. The tag was not in time. That is the second time we have seen first baseman Quinn Carter come off of the bag unnecessarily, and it has cost them the opportunity to get out of the inning. The run comes home.
Now batting number 42, Owen Beatrice.
That was a ground ball to the second baseman without a doubt, and Carter was 15 feet off of first base. Here's Owen Beatrice with runners on the corners. 3-1 ball game as the score currently stands. Check on first. Waters back safely. McNeil got all the way over to third on that infield single. 2 outs. He'll be looking to score on anything past the catcher. Outside half of the plate. Called a strike that time. 0-1. Owen Beatrice is 0 for 2. Reached on an error and flew out. Still, I'm sure, thinking happy thoughts at the plate after the way his day ended yesterday. 0-1. Owen hits it hard. Third base side past the dive of Heinrich. 1 run will score. From first to third goes Ryan Waters. Beatrice grinding down to second, and he's in there. RBI single for Owen Beatrice, and the Kingsmen tack on another here in the 4th. Waters goes first to third, and then Beatrice gets himself in scoring position on the throw. So second and third, 2 away for Montgomery Hart. The Kingsmen are up 4-1 here in the 4th. A 3-run lead has put them in a good place, picking up the slack for their pitcher Irving, who gave up that 1 unearned run. They take the lead right back and then some. First pitch for Hart. And he hits it up the middle for a base hit. To center for Radcliffe. 1 run scores. Beatrice getting the wave. The throw is cut off, and it's a 2-run single for Montgomery Hart, who's reached all 3 times he's been up to the plate. It is 6-1. A 5 spot here in the 4th. The Kingsmen have broken it open in Boiling Springs.
Now batting number 17, Jack Curtis.
An offense that was kept so quiet in yesterday's game, apart from the last inning, and then a relatively, maybe not as quiet as yesterday to start off this game, but they were unable to cash in with runners in scoring position. That has certainly not been the case here in the 4th inning. Jack Curtis has himself a 1-0 count after the curveball missed high. Walked and was stranded in scoring position in the last inning. 1-0 to Jack. And a ripped ground ball down the third baseline and fair past the dive of Toole. A long single for Jack Curtis. Hart on second, and the inning continues. Pinch hitter for the Kingsmen here for Hudson Entrikin. Tristan Harless, who is one of the outfielders on this team, comes in to hit. I would assume he'll take the right field spot in the next half inning defensively. He'll get an at-bat here with 2 on and 2 out. Entrikin, having struck out both of his first 2 times to the plate,
Tristan
is
Harless.
substituted here in the 4th. 6-1 ball game. Tristan Harless came in, pitched the final 3 1/3 to claim the win in yesterday's series opener. Gets his first at-bat of the series here. First pitch. Swing and a miss to make it 0-1. In this 4th inning, the Kingsmen have 6 hits, all of them singles. And now 5 hits in a row since the Bows strikeout to make it 2 outs in the inning. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. I mentioned it in the 3rd inning that the Kingsmen had scored a run on 0 outs in the 2nd. They were looking for some 2-out production in the 3rd. They didn't get it. They certainly have gotten it here 1 inning later. 1-1 to Harless. Took it at the letters. Strike 2. He's behind in the count. If the inning continues, we'll see Classe for the 2nd time this inning. One-two pitch from Castronovo. Spiked it in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hart took a lunge toward 3rd, but thought better of it. He goes back to 2nd as the sun comes out here at Gardner Webb. 2-2 the count. Harless, the pinch hitter, digs back in left-hand side. The pitch from the righty. In the dirt again, 3-2, and now the runners will have a head start. In the 5th for PDG, they'll send up 4, 5, 6, Seaman, Carter, and Whitman. They'll have a lot more work to do than they did 15 minutes ago. 3-2, runners take off, and it's high for ball 4. The inning continues as Harless off the bench finds a way on, and Izzy Classe will come up to the plate with the bases loaded. More bullpen action here for PDG.
Now batting number 20, Israel Classe.
Kane Castronovo came in out of the pen, retired his first hitter, and since then has allowed 6 hitters in a row to reach, including 5 hits. First pitch to Classe, grounded to the shortstop. Under the base umpire, they go to first, and it's not in time. Coming to the plate, the throw, not in time there. How about the base running here in the 4th inning, taking advantage of every single opportunity, and 2 runs come in on an infield hit for Izzy Classe as the Kingsmen bat around. First and second, 2 outs. Not the first time I've said that here in this 4th inning.
Now batting number 4, Mason Ritzema.
First pitch here for Mason Ritzema coming with runners on. Big lead off a second for Tristan Harless, and now the pitcher steps off. Jack Curtis was on second on that last play. It was a dribbler that hit the mound and changed direction, went under the base umpire, and the shortstop came into field. As Ritzma takes a strike. Wanting to try to get out of the inning, the shortstop made the throw, and because of the slow roller, Curtis had already gotten himself to third base, and the second he saw that throw, he got aggressive and sprinted the extra 90 feet, beating the throw home to the catcher, Morangi. There's a chopper to the second base side. Fielded by Shepard, and the throw is in time to Carter to finally end the inning. The Kingsmen send 12 hitters to the plate, and 7 runs later, take an 8-1 lead into the 5th. The offense comes alive, and we head to the next inning. We'll see who takes the mound when we come back on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
PDG at the top of the 5th for 2. Alfred Seaman.
So after a very productive 4th inning, the Kingsmen back out to the field in the 5th, facing the meat of the PDG order 4, 5, and 6. Alfred Seaman had a single to start off the 2nd. It takes a curveball outside to begin the 5th. Micah Irving is back on the mound after 4 really good innings, just the 1 run unearned so far, 3 hits against. He's back out there to start inning number 5. Behind 2-0, though, as that fastball misses outside. Kason Young had trotted out to the bullpen earlier. The last I saw him, he was back in the dugout. So unless there's somebody else out there warming right now, no immediate plans to make a move. They're letting Irving work here, but now 3 balls and no strikes. Quinn Carter on deck, and then Lincoln Whitman in the hole for PDG.
Just like last time.
3-0, check swing, and that's a fair ball. Unfortunate for Alfred Seaman as it goes right to Seminara, and the first out is retired. A 3-0 check swing
Now batting number 5.
gifts Micah Irving the first out of the 5th inning. Out of the windup, here's the first pitch to Carter. He boops it into shallow center, coming in as Waters, but he does not have the time to track that one down. It's a 1-out base hit for Carter. And PDG gets things going here in the 5th with their 4th hit off of Micah Irving.
Now batting number 39, Lincoln Whitman.
First pitch from Irving, a swinging strike to Lincoln Whitman, who struck out to end inning number 2. Irving up to 5 Ks. His last one, Dawson Toole, to end that fourth. 0-1. And a pop-up foul to make it 0-2. O2 pitch. And off the very end of the bat to keep it alive for Whitman. Michael Morangi is on the on-deck circle. 0 for 1 with a fly out. The catcher will hit, barring the 2 offensive players being put out that are currently at one of the 4 bases. There's a snap throw over to first, but back safely goes Carter. PDG looking for some offensive life after surrendering 7 runs in the 4th inning, ruining what had been a very quick baseball game to that point. Men for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 15, Michael Morangi.
I apologize. It looks like we lost you for a second. If you missed that last pitch, it was a fastball from Irving, popped up high into the air, shallow right field. Tracking and making the call is Owen Beatrice, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So we head to the bottom half of inning number 5 after the pop out. Kingsman leading by 7 runs here at Gardner-Webb. We'll be right back. Home half of the 5th. And the Kingsmen looking to add to a 7-run lead. Anthony Seminara takes a ball low. We are hoping that the connection issues of the last half inning have been resolved. 2 balls and no strikes now. Of course, I'm at the mercy of the good old cellular towers. But we will do our best to give you the best possible stream here today from Gardner-Webb. That one in there to make it 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a new pitcher on the mound for PDG. I do believe it is Tyrone Leach III, wearing the number 31. And Seminara chops his 2-1 pitch to the third base side. Tool coming in on it, makes the play for the first out
Now
of the inning.
pitching for PDG is number 31, Tyrone Leach III.
2026 grad out of the state of Maryland. And Ashton Bowes will hit with one away and
Now
nobody
batting for
on.
32, Ashton Bowes.
First pitch to Bowes, a swing and a miss. It is 0-1. Once again, the first game of today's doubleheader. We'll play game number 2 about half an hour after this one concludes. 0-1. Outside corner just missed it. Called a ball by our home plate umpire. It's 1-1. Some bullpen action down the third base side. Can't quite get a number for you due to our positioning here, but I see a couple of Kingsman hats down the line. 1 ball and 2 strikes after the swinging strike. Micah Irving, if his day is done, it was a pretty good outing. 5 innings and just one run, unearned, will get you his full line once it is official and finalized. 1-2 got to the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes. After Bowes, it'll be McNeil. 8, 9, 10. We're due up in the home half of the 5th. The Kingsmen outscoring PDG 8-1, out hitting them 9-4. The main difference in this ball game being 5 consecutive hits for Coach Hudak's crew. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes as that 2-strike pitch missed high of the zone. Number 3 arm for the Kingsmen. We'll see if that game will be played for the series or as the Kingsmen attempt a sweep. Bottom of the order, Caden McNeil hitting with Bowes on first and 1 out. Caden watches it go high of the zone, ball 1. Coach Hudak putting down the signs down the third base line. See if anything could potentially be on with the man on first and 1 away. 1-0. McNeil takes a hack, comes up empty, 1-1.
Okay.
1-1. Poked into right center field. Tough play coming in. Whitman not going to get there. Down for Caden McNeil's second hit of the game. The left fielder doing his job at the bottom of the order. He has been so critical for both the prospect and the varsity teams. One of the floaters on this team.
11, hitting.
Dino Catani going to be a pinch hitter for the Kingsmen, batting for Ryan Waters.
Catani!
Go, Dino. Go, Dino.
But talking about McNeil, he came into this game, despite being one of the floaters on this team, for all qualified hitters, he is 3rd on the prospect team in batting average. Came in hitting 400. He has added to that here with a couple of base knocks. First pitch to Dino is inside, ball 1. Landon Catani out of Cincinnati, Ohio, the other Queen City. Got a friend who teaches out there in Cincinnati, and we've had some conversations as to which of the 2 cities between Cincinnati and Charlotte qualifies as the true Queen City. That foul ball by Catani makes it 1-1. All I know is there's a Queen Charlotte. I've never heard of a Queen Cincinnati. 1-1. Catani, a tip into the glove of the catcher Marengo. It's 1-2.
Go, see it. Hey, right to it. Here we go.
One and two, the pitch. Gloved cleanly on the backhand scoop by Marengo to keep the runners in their positions. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kingsman into double digits in the hit column with that McNeil opposite field poke. They've turned it around to the top of the order for the 4th time in 5 innings. And now a fly ball hit into shallow left center. The shortstop putting his hands up as the infield fly rule is called. Heinrich did find it eventually for the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batting the 42, Owen Beatrice.
So Catani pops out. Beatrice to hit now with 2 outs. See if the Kingsmen make any other changes today at the plate here in this first game, given the scoreline. Of course, pretty stretched lineup-wise compared to PDG. The Generals have about 55 players on their roster between their premier and prospect teams. They also have 2 teams like the Kingsmen, but working with about 20 more players. Certainly at-bats and reps a little harder to come by up in Fredericksburg compared to Gastonia, as Beatrice launches one to left field, down into the corner, and one-hopping over the fence for a ground rule double. Caden McNeil is going to have to head to third. He would have scored easily the way he ripped around the bases, but Owen Beatrice has himself his 2nd hit of the game. It's a ground rule double over the left field fence. The Kingsmen plate another here in the 5th to make it 9-1.
Now batting number 12, Montgomery Hart.
And isn't Owen Beatrice seeing the ball well, folks? He lashes out at another one. 2nd double in as many games of this series. Not being chased into the outfield after this one. As he stands on 2nd, McNeil on 3rd, and Montgomery Hart pops one foul. From what I've been told, this has been turned into quite the field of walk-offs recently. Gardner-Webb had a weekend series here this last weekend. The 0-1 hit hard foul again by Hart to make it 0-2. From what I've been told, Gardner-Webb walked off their opponent in all 3 games of that series. And then the Kingsmen show up 2 days later on the Tuesday and find a comeback walk-off win of their own. 0-2. That one's grounded to the first base side, gloved cleanly by Carter, and he wins the race to the bag to end the inning. But the Kingsmen grab one more in the 5th. 9-1. We head to inning number 6 here on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Kingsman in the 5th, 1 9, shoot, Hardy.
2 more innings to go, at least as scheduled here. The Kingsmen up 8 runs. 9-1 is the score. Micah Irvin still on the mound. Coach Joe Hudak and company wanting to keep as many pitchers available as possible. So Irvin going to start the 6th, and he picks up right where he left off with a fastball on the outside corner to Christian Burney, the new catcher. Burney threw the ball back to Irving. It was right on the money. There was no issue with it, and it was dropped by Irving and hit him in the chest. He appears to be all right. So defensive change for the Kingsmen at catcher. Bernie in for Ritzma. I'll let you know if I can spot any other changes to the Kingsmen defense, but none that appear super obvious. 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hudson Entrikin is back in right field. Tristan Harless came in for that at bat, but is no longer, or rather is not in the field. That one low and inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Entrikin is in right. Caden McNeil's in left, and I do believe that's Dino Catani in center field. Three balls and 1 strike. Harless came in to pinch hit for Entrikin, but the ABA's re-entry rule allows for Hudson to head back out to the field. That ball's hit to the shortstop. Hart coming in on it. Fields it on 2 hops. Throws to first. They have him in time by half a step. Hardy retired for the first out of the inning, 6-3.
Now batting number 30, Michael Burke.
Michael Burke to hit next. An 8-run deficit for PDG, looking to form some sort of a comeback here in the middle game of this 3-game series. Swinging strike there for strike 1. A 1 out of the windup. Irving's pitch. In at the knees, 0-2. High for ball 1. See how much longer Irving's got in this one. Our last pitch was his 8th of the inning, his 82nd overall. One and 2. Gets a foul ball off the bat of Burke, but the EH staying alive here. Noah Fletcher is swinging the bat one-handed on deck right now. He singled in his lone time to the plate. Micah Irving is having trouble holding onto the baseball. That's all I'll say about that. The contrast between the two sides of the box score here, the Kingsmen threw their 4th time in the order, at least midway through. It's the 1-2, high of the zone for ball 2. PDG has their 9-hole hitter to the plate for just the 2nd time. Bryce Radcliffe at the top of the order has only hit twice here in the 6th. Two and 2. High for ball 3. Full count, Irving out of the windup. Here's the payoff. And another foul ball. Couple new baseballs brought in by Logan Daniel. And a defensive, not a change, but a alignment switch. Dino Catani has moved to left. Caden McNeil just moved to center field. They switched spots. Here's another 3-2. And Irving lost him with a fastball low and away. So Burke heads to first. Fletcher up with 1 down. It's been a long week for PDG. It's been a tough week. Talked about it yesterday, but
Now batting number 56.
there's a moment of silence before the
Fletcher.
game yesterday. Joey Richuia, former Radford baseball player and a former member of the PDG Academy, was tragically killed in a car accident last week, 1 week ago today, actually. There's a swinging strike to Noah Fletcher, and the team, of course, given the history with Richuia as a member of the organization, showing support to the family, showing support for their former brother. The good majority of the program, including some former players, they all took a bus down to Radford University on Monday for the memorial and funeral service. They were there for that service and then had a 6-hour drive back on Monday night. I was talking with the PDG coach before the game and hearing about their week of travel. It's been a really, really long week on top of the difficulties that come with the mental handling of having that happen with their former player Richuia. But the team had a 6-hour drive back from Radford after the funeral service on Monday and got back to Fredericksburg at about 1 in the morning early Tuesday night as a runner on the move. Bernie's throw not in time and a stolen base for Michael Burke. The team got back into Fredericksburg, Virginia at 1 in the morning on Tuesday, yesterday, and then left at 6 in the morning to drive out here to Boiling Springs. They got in with about an hour and a half to spare before the game started, as Irving's pitch on the outside corner to get Fletcher for strike 3. So 2 outs now and a fly ball off the bat of Cole Shepard and foul, 0-1.
Now batting
It was
63,
quite
Cole
the
Shepard.
week of travel, and still will be for PDG as a result of the long road series and the service that they went to on Monday. And talking with the coach, he said that he was surprised that they were able to hang around in that game for as long as they did, working off of the long travel and the lack of sleep. He was hoping that today they'd have a little bit more juice to them as a whole. 0-2 the count. They hung in with the Kingsmen early in this one, but the big 4th inning has put the home side firmly in front. Of course, the Generals will have that long drive back to Fredericksburg, Virginia at the conclusion of today's doubleheader. 0-2. And a line drive down the right field line, hooking foul into the PDG bullpen. Irving's a pitch away from getting out of the 6th. As far as I'm aware, the Kingsmen have not had a starting pitcher pitch 6 complete innings so far this spring. And Irving has the chance to do that. Runner on second. Dancing off of second base is Michael Burke, and they throw over to second. They've got him dead as a duck. The pickoff seals the 6th, and out on the base paths. How about Micah Irving gets the Kingsmen out of the 6th in style? We head to the bottom half right here on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Number 2, Logan Daniel.
Bottom of the 6th starts with Logan Daniel on the mound. He is pinch hitting and takes a ball off the plate outside, hitting in place of Jack Curtis.
There's no button. I understand. There's no button for Legion.
1 ball, no strikes. Low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. We're going to go with video only for about a minute and a half here as we deal with some stuff in venue, but I'll be right back with the commentary here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. The game in the bottom of the 6th, and 3-0 to Logan Daniel. We'll be right back. Enjoy the video of the ball game. Back here with the commentary, and maybe I should have come back 10 seconds earlier. Christian Burney has just sent the ball out of the yard to left field. Christian Burney puts out his second home run of the spring. Entrican scores, and that makes it a 10-run game, ending this game by way of the Mercy
Kingsman
Rule.
11, PDG 1. Game number 2 will start in approximately 30 minutes.
How about Christian Burney? 10-run win for the Kingsmen with the walk-off to end it.
I know how to do it.
We apologize for the last couple of minutes of that half inning being video only, but we hope you were able to enjoy what was going on. Christian Burney with a deep drive to left puts this one to bed. We'll take our leave in between games here. Once again, the final score of game number 2 of this series, 11-1. Does it count as a walk-off? I don't really know. But Christian Burney will love it regardless. His second home run to deep left field. His first since that game at Combine Academy. That'll do it for game 1 of the broadcast. Micah Irving picks up the win, and so do the Kingsmen, 11-1. They defeat the Generals of PDG Academy. One more game to go here in Boiling Springs today. We'll step aside for about half an hour. It'll be a new stream for game number 2, so look out on the timeline for that. Brandon Falk on the mound to take on Grant Shiflett. We'll be back in half an hour. Thanks for joining us. Once again, the final score 11-1. Griffin Leonard saying so long here on the Kingsman Baseball Network.